Hey, it's Doug Giles with ClashDaily.com. Got my good buddy Bryan Sikes here. We've been on a Purple Heart adventure. That's what we're calling this madness that we do for our troops and stuff that have suffered in harm's way, protecting our liberties and establishing freedom around this planet. He's been here for 3 days, and I want to introduce him to you because I like the kind of dudes that we bring out to these hunts. They're not the metrosexuals that are tweezing their eyebrows in the shopping malls of South Florida. These are American, rough and tumble young kids. Well, young to me, I'm 50. And Bryan, welcome to Clash Daily.
Pleasure.
Let me ask you a question. Before we move any further, why don't you tell the folks what you've done in the military, where you served, and your injuries.
Okay. My name is Bryan Sikes. I'm originally from Minnesota. I enlisted back in 2005 and received an opportunity to try out for the Special Forces program. Ended up making it through and was selected. Did a 2-year training regimen and was awarded a Green Beret in April of 2007. Found myself in May of 2007 doing my first tour in Afghanistan all the way through the end of the year. In 2008 ended up going to sniper school, going back to Afghanistan, and on August 20th, 2008, we found an IED with the front tires of our Humvee in a low water crossing in southeastern Afghanistan. I spent a few weeks in the hospital in Afghanistan, and then was medevac to Germany, where I received follow-on care, and then further follow-on care in North Carolina, where my unit's based out of.
So what was your actual injury?
We hit an IED, and I was a turret gunner at the time, and I took a double-stacked TC-6 anti-tank mine, took the front of the vehicle off, took the blast to the face, ended up tearing my helmet off, wrapped me backwards around the cupola, the turret, causing a break to my T7 and a break to my C3, my spinal column, fracturing my skull and bouncing my brain around my skull a little bit, and threw shrapnel through my legs. So I woke up inside the Humvee that we found the IED with, and everything after that's pretty much a blur.
Yeah.
Was medevaced out with the Air Force PJs and ended up in Kabul, receiving medical treatment there initially. While I was in the hospital, my team got into like a big deal firefight, and it lasted for quite a long time. One of my good friends was killed during that event, and I found out about this while I was in the hospital, next to what we call the SCIF, just operations center that where all the background guys oversee the operation that was undertaking. And I heard his battle roster number called, and so the next thing I did was get my gear, and I went to the flight line and met with the crew chief and helped him sling all the emergency resupply ammo on there and myself. And then went back and spent another 3 weeks with my team operating before it was realized that I wasn't where I was supposed to be in Afghanistan. And then they shipped me back to the hospital where they made it priority number one to get me out of country and put me in Germany and receive the care that I was supposed to be receiving a couple weeks back.
You joined 25, right? Or 2005, correct?
Mm-hmm. When I was 20 years old.
20 years old. Most young people are apathetic. They're cynical. What makes you tick like that?
I think the easy answer and the shortest answer is personal responsibility.
Like, did your parents put that in you? I mean, were
Absolutely.
they like?
I had great parents growing up, and
So how did like, from a personal responsibility standpoint, you see what Islam wants to do. How did that tumble down onto your shoulders and motivate you out the front door?
I just took it as personally offensive. Just kind of going against all of my core beliefs and the things that I hold true to myself, which is and the most important thing to me. So
yeah. What do you live for?
Friends and family.
What will you die for?
Friends and family. No question.
What do you think of, like I said earlier, the metrosexual culture, where you rock up with a broken back, broken neck, a cracked noggin, and you are still a productive, non-complaining young man.
I think it just kind of makes us feel, and the people that I surround myself with, without being selfish or big-headed about it, it puts us in a league of our own.
Yeah.
You know, my best day, you know, at the office is their worst day. You know, it's just it's laughable to think that because someone didn't, you know, click like on a Facebook picture, that I'm gonna get twisted about it. You know, I got bigger things to worry about. I got my wife and kids that mean more to me than anything else will, and I could really care less about what's going on and all the vanity of everything, and I just don't have time for it. I think it's ridiculous.
Green Beret, Bryan Sikes, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Bryan.
Thank you very much for everything. Appreciate it.